So welcome back to part 4. Is it part 4? I think it is. And we've made some modifications. We have now added a finite adjustment control, and we've resealed the back up so it doesn't leak, I hope. We filled it with the correct amount of water this time. And this is our new speed controller, which I haven't mounted because I think it's a load of rubbish as well. I think it's going to break. So we're just going to leave it out like that. We're going to switch it on for the third time, and hopefully this time it's going to work. So I'm back at it, modifying Miller table. So I've decided, although I've got an adjustable bed, I need finite control. And I've got this old chop saw here, it's all rusted up. I'm thinking this might make a good finite adjustment on the table, so we're going to see what that works like now. The whole idea from this table came about because I had this adjustment here to tip it up and down. But from my first test I realised I had no finite control over it. So we pulled this off an old chop saw, and now it might be difficult to get out in the bolt. And here we are, speed controller number 2. Different design, still from abroad. Look at the finish, absolutely appalling. The casing doesn't close, and missing, there's no missing the screws in that end. Look, brand new out the packet, and the screws are missing because I don't know what electronics is in there, but it won't close up. So they just haven't bothered putting the screws in it. So we've got another poor item here. I don't hold out much hope for it, but hopefully it gets us going. We're going to wire it up now and see what happens. So the table is level. We've set it at 0 this way, and now I have this finite adjustment control to get in and just slowly work it up to whatever degrees we need. And we're going to switch it on. Oh, here we go. My sand is nearly dried out, and I need to classify it, so I'm using a 3mm classifier. It's actually too wet. Yeah, it's still damp, so that's not going to work. We're going to have to wet classify it. So I've changed my tune. I'm going to try wet classifying with the 3mm classifier. Let's see how that goes. Oh yes. That's working great. So we're taking all the big pebbles out there. So you can see we've got a mix of blondes and black in there. Here we go. Tools you need. I don't know if you should be using a teaspoon or this is nearly a tablespoon, and a brush to sweep it back and forward. The mat's a little bit crinkled. I don't know if it's going to sort itself out. Let's go. We've got our nice and wet concentrates here, and we're going to put a spoon on and work out what's going on. Here we go. So you've got to get all the no dry patches on the table. I've got a bit of an issue with it there. It's like a waterfall. And I think the problem is I've got two brass nuts on the spray bar which are affecting the spray pattern. So I may have to remake the spray bar in just a full copper T-piece so we don't have this little thing that's wrong there. So we'll put a teaspoon on and see what's happening. A little bit too much went on there, so we'll push it back and forward like that. Now I don't know whether to raise the table to start separating the sands or just to turn up the water pressure. I think we'll try raising the table a little bit to start with. So I've got it on this finite control here. At that point now, some of the sands are starting to move. I can see a piece of gold there. I think it's gold. Oh no, it's gone. I think I might have put too much sand on the table. Should we increase the water speed slightly? We're up to 30 now. Let's bring these sands away from the edge of the table. So as you can see, this extra pressure here is making a pool there, so I don't think that's good. I'll turn it back down. Maybe increase the angle more. That's it, the sand, some sands are definitely moving now. Bring these back up here. Well, I'll tell you what, I could pan faster than this. You can see one speck of gold there, and there, 3 specks. So I've got a little lever there and we're just undoing the table. We've got fine adjustment now. And that, I've worked that so it does 0 to 5 degrees. I don't know how, I wasn't, about probably 2.5 degrees maybe then. So we're going to turn it back to flat and increase the speed and see what the difference is. First spoon. It's probably 10 specks or maybe more. Let's ramp the speed up and see what happens. So obviously this is too fast, but it's interesting to see how it operates. Like a jacuzzi there. We've got a weird water flow. It's not right at all because we want a nice clear sheet. And we haven't got that. We've got a ripple effect. But the gold isn't moving, the gold's staying put. So I think 30% is where we're near enough a nice sheet of water. We need to increase the table to move the sands. So we're working it out slowly. 30% seems to be the number on the pump. Oh, look at that. So at that angle, then black sands have just started moving. But, you know, how fast do we want them to move? Well, I've got quite an angle now. Let's go to full angle. That's it, I've got a full 5 degrees there. Can we see any gold going off that table is the question. So there is a couple of specks. I've just brushed that black sand and you can see that one. Is it gold? Yeah, there it is by the end of my brush. And the mat seems to crinkle up. We're probably going to have to glue this mat down. So that's the first teaspoon done. That took a long time. I could pan it way faster. And what have I got? I could see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's probably 30 specks of gold on that table that this camera won't even focus in on. So you can see the blondes separating from the blacks. The blacks are going as well. Just keep an eye on the gold for me. Is that gold moving? Well, I actually got the table to work and we've got gold on the table. It's separated the black sands, but it takes a long time. I'd rather pan. It's not my type of thing, I don't think, mill a table. But we gave it our best shot. We might do a bit more testing with it.